Alright, today is all about VLOOKUPs. So we're going to talk a little bit about how VLOOKUPs work and practical uses for them. So let's say that we own a restaurant, and here we have our ingredient list. We have the ingredients that our restaurant uses, who sells those ingredients to us, the price per unit, which isn't accurate, just random numbers, and the quantity those vendors have available for us. All right. So VLOOKUP is super useful in large lists when you're trying to pick out data from large lists to do further calculations. And so we're going to specifically today talk about how to solely use VLOOKUPs in a super easy, simple way. All right. So let's say we want to know the ingredient, and based off the ingredient, we want it to pull up the vendor, the price, and the quantity instead of looking at this list because we're doing further calculations, right? So let's say we want to look up oil. So we'll type oil here, and we're going to use the VLOOKUP function. And what we're going to want to do is have the lookup value be oil. So we want it to look up oil in the table array or in this data set. And the column or index is referring to what needs to be displayed based on what it looks up. So let's say we want this is the vendor, so we want this to be column 2 out of the array. And the lookup range, true or false, you generally want to select false to find an exact match. All right, so we'll go ahead and hit enter. And what it does is it will search this first row vertically for oil. And once it finds oil, we told it to go over to the second column, which would be here, and display the kitchen. All right, and so we can do this for all applications. So we'll again do oil. The table array will be the same, but this time our column and index will be 3 because we want to display the price, and again we'll want to do false. And then we can do the same again for oil here, the table array, and we want it to be 4, and we want this to be false. All right, so looking up oil, we know that the vendor is the kitchen. It's $20.99 per unit, and there's 25 units available for us to purchase. All right, and you might want to say, well, it's super easy just looking at that line. I don't have to do all those formulas, which would be correct for this list. But if you want to do further calculations, VLOOKUP is super, super useful, or even if you have much larger groups, right? So let's say we want to switch this, and the way we set up these formulas is so that whatever ingredient we type in here, this will change, right? So let's do salt. We want to know what the salt is, right? So it'll automatically change. We buy that at Walmart for $13.49, and there's 30 units, right? So this is a super useful tool. VLOOKUP has insane applications that can be used to really benefit any analytics, or if you're trying to further compute further calculations and so forth. All right, well, hey, hopefully this was a super quick, short, easy to follow along tutorial on VLOOKUPs. If you have any other questions or want more advanced applications for VLOOKUPs, just throw a comment down below, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. All right, thanks. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.